What's going on, everybody? It's Ricky with Videohomicide, and I just got back from seeing Godzilla Minus One in the theater, something I wanted to do since I heard this fucking movie was being announced. When I first heard about it, I thought that it was part of the American Godzilla films, which are fucking horrendous. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Those movies suck dick. You watch them, and like the first one, the monsters looked completely generic as fucking whack. Godzilla, you barely saw him in the film. The second one, the King of the Monsters, that one, like, it looked good. Like, it's visually appealing, but the stories and the acting and that fucking little cunt from Stranger Things is all peppered throughout. And like that, the guy, I think it was the second one, which had that, the one dude, this black dude that was like a podcaster or something, and he was like, oh, I'm just gonna podcast while I'm doing this, and like that nerdy little fucking Asian kid. Like, everyone in that movie pissed me off. So it just, American movies, they just are so fucking generic, and you expect everything. And I'm so happy that this Godzilla Minus One has come along and been like, that is how you make a fucking Godzilla film. Okay, you don't need fucking Stranger Things chick fucking running around and with her fucking lackeys and them making one-liners throughout the whole film. You know, you need people that look scared shitless. You need people that have good redemption story, because Godzilla Minus One wasn't just like a giant monster film. It was I took my girlfriend with me, who has probably never even watched an entire Godzilla film other than the Matthew Broderick one, and she loved it. Okay, absolutely. I looked over more than once, and she's fucking crying, because this movie is about romance. It's about redemption, like I said. It's about, you know, accepting your reality, I guess, and just succumbing all odds and facing your fears. You know, like Godzilla Minus One is basically, if you were to put all the films in chronological order, this film would come before, I believe, the 1954 film. Because it's and the fucking angle they take, dude. Like, it's a kamikaze pilot who chickened out at the last minute and landed his plane back on this little island, and the mechanics, you know, were talking to him and all this stuff, and then like a sort of like a maybe 25-foot Godzilla comes out of the water and just takes them all out except for that guy. And now he's shamed because he's a fucking, you know, he deserted his kamikaze plane. He didn't fulfill his duties. And he's really fucking resented by that. There's this mechanic that was on that island that also survived, and he fucking hates this guy. And it's just like, you know, our main guy, I forget what his name was, but he goes home. He finds out that his whole family's been murdered. The city is just fucking, you know, been bombed to shit. And he comes across this woman and this little girl, and he kind of takes them in, like reluctantly he takes them in, and then it shows like time going by, and they sort of like develop like this family kind of thing. And he never asked this girl to marry her, and his friends that work on this crew of his that he's working with for the government, they all think he's nuts. Why don't you fucking marry her and all this bullshit? Come to find out that the one guy in the crew, which I love the crew, the captain, the kid, and the doc, like the doc guy who was sort of like the Dr. Serenzawa guy, I believe, from not through name, but like kind of by role. He's like part of the government and like has been planning this thing. So they've been out there in the water trying to find all these fucking underwater mines and all this stuff, but it's really been a way to like lure Godzilla and all this bullshit. But Godzilla finally makes his appearance, and it is so fucking good because, okay, he's CG, big deal. All right, we live in the year 2020 fucking 4 almost. Everything's CG. You know, but they fucking nailed it. This is how you do CG and make it look fucking good. You don't have Godzilla, like, think of the size of this guy. Like, he's as big as fucking skyscrapers. This guy can't be doing fucking super fast backflips and flying around and all that bullshit. He's walking slow as fuck. He's moving slow as fuck. It's like how he would be, other than when he's in the water. This is like a giant fucking, what, Komodo dragon or some shit. What the fuck is Godzilla? I don't know. But I know he looked phenomenal in this film. And like within the first act, there's a fucking homage to Jaws, and it is so fucking good because they keep, you know, like their day job is to go out in these waters and cut these mines so they float up, and then they shoot the mines and set them off. So our kamikaze guy, he's like a trained like pilot and all that stuff, so he's doing a lot of that shit. And at one point, Godzilla comes up. They get one of those things in the Godzilla's mouth, and then he's pointing the gun and he's like aiming at the mouth. It's right out of Jaws. It was so fucking cool. I was just waiting for one of them to go, smile, you son of a bitch. And yeah, Godzilla definitely, that might be, Minus One is my favorite Godzilla film, period. More than the original. I will stand by that. I will say that. I doubt I'll be able to find I have Shin Godzilla somewhere, but I don't know. God damn. I could stand here for like 10 hours and never find it, so I'm not going to do that right now. But just take my word, man. That Shin Godzilla was really fucking good, but it was nothing compared to this one. And I'm interested to see what the fuck they're going to do with the next one, you know, because there's that little tease at the end. I'm not going to say on whose neck, but on someone's neck, there's like some shit happening. So, you know, I really also like the ending of Shin Godzilla, because that had like those like weird skeletons and shit all over his spinal, like those things that come off of his back. I don't know, man. I'm rusty. I haven't watched that one since it came out. I saw that in theater with my brother at a one-day only showing. We talked about this on the stream the other night. Like they showed that film for one showing in an entire city of like fucking close to like 450,000 people, and they're playing like they played Godzilla Minus One. It's been playing since it came out because it's been making coin, right? But you know, they need to. I'm so happy that all that strike shit happened. Like you know, because now we can sort of like wipe the table down and like reassess what we want to see as films. Like, do we want to see more of those Marvel films? I'm sure there's a lot of people that do, but there's going to be a lot of kids that were obsessed with that stuff that are now growing up, and they don't give a fuck about that stuff. They're not going to want the toys. They're not going to want the fucking Happy Meal toy of the week, any of that bullshit. They just want to fucking... People are growing up, you know, and like same with like people like me. Like, I want to see a movie like Godzilla, because the last film I saw in theater before that, I believe, was either Malignant or the Candyman film, which I like that Candyman film. Malignant was different. It was kind of cool, but this was like the fucking movie to see in the theater. So if you don't check it out before it escapes your theater, if you have to make a 2-hour drive to do it, man, because this is a spectacle to behold, man. There's so much cool buildings getting fucking like thrown down, and Godzilla just being a bad motherfucker, doing his atomic breath, and like the way that they did this film, it was so much like the 1950 version, where they're thinking of stuff like how to stop him and shit, but it's not like, you know, oh, we're going to use a systematic plunomic drill and we're going to... It's like, no, we're going to fucking pull a Star Wars where they wrap the fucking the chains around the legs of the At Walker. No, we're going to do that with Godzilla, and then we're going to fucking have him like use this Freon or some shit to send him to the bottom of the sea, and then he's going to come up. Like, it's fucking radical, this movie, man. So if you get a chance to check it out, check it out. And if you get a chance to check out Cinema 187 issue 4, please do so. There's quite a few copies of these left, but everything else is nearly out of print. So if you want to get all 4 issues of 187, do it now, because once they're done, they're fucking done. And I'm only going to be reprinting new shit and sort of high demand shit. So there's lots of copies of Filthy Ralph kicking, so anyone wants to get any Filthy Ralph, please let me know. So leave a 666 in the comments, message me at cinema.187 on Instagram if you want to order any zines. With that being said...